JayKrawls back. Wanted to do this video again about the Ancient Sentinel. Everybody always asks about the Ancient Sentinel, and found a trick that somebody told me about a while back, but I never could get it right. They said, "Hey, why don't you save your radio tech? You just got to exit the game, and after he kills it." But the problem was I couldn't exit the game fast enough to usually play on my iPhone or my iPad. And when you close the game, it doesn't really close the app, so it really didn't work for me. So I kind of gave up on that. But after my recent failure, you can see on my 100 subscriber special, you can see where I got really frustrated, and I wanted to go back and try to figure out how to do this, how to do it correctly. So I found out how to shut down the game with just using Command Q. You have to be on a Mac for this to work. If you try it on your iPhone or iPod, iPad, you're going to have to be really quick at trying to not just closing the app, but shutting down the app as soon as he takes his shot. Now I got a still here from the video showing you kind of how it happens. As you can see right here, my radio tech's health is already low. I'm about to take a shot with the tank to his body here, and then his right arm, his laser arm, is about to shoot, and it's going to kill my radio tech. Well, during this video, I hit Command Q. As soon as I saw my radio tech's health go down to 0, I hit Command Q so the shot would be over. Also, you want to remember that just because his health's not always all gone, if there's still fire on him, that means it's not done. So you still want to hit Command Q when it gets close and exit. And what'll happen is it'll take you back to this shot before. So the shot before you were about to get killed, so you get a chance to replay it. And it also sometimes it doesn't affect his shot. Sometimes he'll still do that shot, but I've done it a couple of times where he killed it and gone back a couple of times, and then he actually changed his shot and didn't kill my radio tech. I'll show you that here. That happened on this video. So here's what happens. I took the shot. He shoots with his arm, Command Q. Of course, the screen went blank because I closed it. And then I went and opened up the app again. And when I opened it up again, I come back to Battle Nations. It loads. And then, you know how on the right side of the screen you'll see the little swords, the X up there. Well, you click on that and you go back to battle. Well, see, cool. How cool is that? It took me all the way back to before I even shot, so it's like it didn't even happen. So I got his shot there. It's available, but he's stunned for 2 rounds, so I can't use it. So I got to keep him alive. So I decided to heal him. You don't have to, but I decided to heal him for this, just to keep testing this out. I want to get his health back up. So here, let's take this shot again. Alright, I wanted to exit to see what would happen if I could go back. So this was just another test, and of course it didn't change. It left me where I was, but you can see, yeah, it stayed. See, it stayed the same. So I decided to heal him again, just to give him his full health. And look, that time he shot with his arm, but he didn't hit the radio tech. See, it completely changed his shot. So then I was able to use the radio tech, and on this battle, I got to use it twice, using this maneuver. So that is a special way that you can save your radio techs or a Blood Ninja or a unit that you're using that he kills with his eye, so that you can win the game. And as you can see, there was my other shot with the radio tech, and then it comes down to these last two guys, and finally killed his body. Of course, I did not get any fragments, so sad. Okay, the second thing that I want to show you, second tip, is I found a website that was introduced to me by our guild leader, and they said it on the guild chat today, so I went to check it out. And it's beanoutpost.appspot.com, and when you click on that, you see you get a pretty cool site. Let me show you. This is the main site when it shows up. So basically, you can click and see the boss strike events that we've had in the past, and if you click on that, it'll show you what all the tier 10 requirements and rewards are, so you can see what you got. And then you can also look down and see the encounters and average boss points per encounter for your level or range. So if you get tier 1 and you're in level 21 to 25, you can from that boss strike you could get somewhere around 2,662. And as you go up, you notice if you do get about twice as much as if you're level 60. So it does matter what tier you're in to how many points you'll get for your boss strikes. So that shows you that. Also, you can look at battle rewards, things you get from PvPing each other, and you can also see what the Ancient Sentinel and Ancient Construct give you. You have a 100% chance of getting this gold, this many gears, this many bars, unless you're full. Then it won't give you those bars. If you're full of bars and gears, it won't give you any. And vials, widgets, you'll get 2 to 5. The melee and the range, it says at 2%, maybe just a little bit lower than that in actual, but it's about 2%. And you can see the same thing for the Ancient Construct, 5% for the Dexter, 1% for the Sinister. So it shows you cool things like that. Plus, you can click on all the structures and see what the shops do, what they produce, what their rewards are. It's kind of a little quick snapshot of Battle Nations. One cool thing people like to do is transformations here. I like this because it shows you if you infect a Battle Raptor, what your chances are of getting one of the Shredders, the Arch Trooper, what your chances of getting the Colossus is about 8%. 8% as it's 18% for the Creeper, which I seem to get more of those. 20% for the Bullfrog. So it's pretty cool. You can look at each of the units that they have on this list, and it shows you what they'll give you. Now, also below it, you can see transformations by target. So you can say, hey, I want a Colossus. What can I build that's going to give me a good chance of getting the Colossus? And then it breaks down each of those units by percentage, so you can see which one has a higher percent. And on this list, the Laser Trooper, the Eagle Eye, Arctic Trooper, and the Railgun Tech give the highest percentage to get the Colossus. And then it goes down the list for each of those. So that's pretty cool. It gives you that. Units by category, you can look at each of the units here. Also has unavailable future units. These are units that are coming. I know I've seen some of these on Wicca. But it gives you stats breakdown a little bit differently than you see on the other Battle Nations page. Let's see, resources. This is new, the PV calculator. So you can click on what units that you want to put into battle, and then you can go down and you can update that, and it'll show you what your PV totals are. So it's a little calculator for what kind of units you put in there, and you can add quantity, how many you're going to do. So that's a pretty cool little tool that you can use to determine some different things, and a little snapshot. So there's 2 little tips I hope to help you. One is to save your radio tech or your Blood Ninja or any other special unit that you did not want to die. You can try to go back and even with the Mega Tank, when you're down there on the last little edge of life, you might can go back and save him and maybe maybe get the Sentinel to do a different move that doesn't kill him before you get that last shot. So you can try that as well. All right, I hope this tip helped. You guys have a good week, and looking forward to the next boss strike that comes. All right, guys.